Linking us together, CNN for your international media. CNN, linking us together, CNN for your international media.
Hello to everyone with us today and around the globe, wherever you're watching from. We are C&M Media, and we welcome you to the C&M Media audience with an interview. I'm Carol Crawford.
And I am Miles Crawford, and we are really, really excited about our Zoom today. And we just want to say hello to everybody who's joined us on this Zoom.
Some directions for our time today. Everyone will keep their audio on mute throughout our time, but you will be visible on video.
We may ask you to unmute a little bit later on, but if you just keep it muted for now, it eliminates the background noise. But we just ask you to have it remain muted, please.
And if you have a question, please just type it in the chat box and we'll get to your questions when we can.
So thank you all so much for being part of today's audience. Enjoy the ride.
Thanks, Miles. So what can we say about our special guest? Let's see him in action first.
Chris.
Hey, have you seen Linda and Christopher?
No, you catch another game last night? No. You didn't see that? 118, 120.
Did Linda and Christopher come in here?
No, I didn't see that. 119, 120. Double overtime. Moons hits a three-pointer, 17 seconds left. Blam!
Wayne. Can't talk to you about numbers right now.
No problem, numbers.
And you owe me money.
Yeah.
You owe me $14.
I'm gonna get that to you.
I need my money.
14's a number.
Be careful with that.
What?
Go ahead.
Over there?
Yep. Hey, Wayne, I need to get that $14 from you.
I thought I didn't know you that now.
What? Why? Why what? Why would you think you don't owe me my money?
I helped you move.
You drove me 2 blocks, Wayne. That's 200 yards. It's been 4 months, Wayne. I need my money. I need my money. I need my money right now.
Hey, man, I don't have it.
Wayne, go get my money. Get Wayne. Get my money.
Don't, man. It's $14, man. You all
It's my $14. Go get my money. Get my money, Wayne.
Well, hello to everyone that's with us today around the globe. You're watching. Welcome to the C&M Media interview with an audience. I'm Carol Crawford.
And I am Miles Crawford, and I just want to welcome all of you along, and Mark Christopher Lawrence. I have to say that name slowly so it sinks in. Welcome along. It's great to have you all with us.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Thanks. And yes, our special guest today is none other than actor, comedian, singer, and I'm going to say much more. Mark Christopher Lawrence. So good to see you, Mark.
Good to see you too. Yeah, it's funny because you said we have a special guest, and then the first thing I saw was Will Smith. I was like, Will Smith is here?
You are our special guest. We've been excited and anticipating talking to you.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen you in a while. I think the last time you were in my neck of the woods was several years ago, but it's just so good to catch up with you, just to see how you're doing, see what you're doing, let people know what you've been up to, and also what you're working on. So, Miles?
Right. So, do you know, the first question I thought to myself, Mark, what would be the first question I was going to ask him, right? So, you ready for this?
Let her rip.
Okay. So, Mark, what's in the cup? What are you drinking in your cup?
Three shots of espresso.
Oh,
Is that what it is?
That's what I'd love to have right now.
Three doubles of espresso.
Yes. I was up really late. I couldn't sleep, and so this morning I was groggy when I woke up. I was like, I got to get some espresso in me.
Oh. And you know, I ran out of coffee of all the days to have no coffee in the house. Oh,
because I saw you take a sip and then you went and then you kind of regained yourself again. You didn't know I was watching. Hey, I've got to tell you something. It's a secret. It was a secret. But do you know I auditioned for the spot of Wayne? Do you know that?
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I auditioned. Yeah, I did. And do you know, I always wondered who got it. I always wondered who got it.
You know, it's funny. When I auditioned, the director wasn't there. And the producers liked me. I could tell immediately before I left the room. They were, gushing, and Will's people were there. And I get out of the audition. I go to my agent. I give him a call. Said, hey, it went really well. I said, I'd be surprised if I don't get it. And then they said, okay, but you're going to have to go back in like 2 months. The director's going to be here from Italy. And I go back and I read it. And he's looking at me with this angry face. He goes, no, it's not funny. This is not a funny movie. And I said, Black people are going to laugh at that. And so when I left there, I called my agents again. I said, hey, it's dead. I said, the director hates me. and we didn't hear anything for like a month and a half. And finally, we get the call, and I go to work, and shoots up in San Francisco. I'm there for like 2 months, and then in October he had like this Halloween party at the house they had rented for him, and I get there kind of early, and he says, "Oh, I'm glad you came early." He says, "I wanted to talk to you." He said, "When I first saw you, I didn't like what you did because it was too funny, and I didn't see this as a funny role. But," he says, but I knew the part needed a rewrite." He says, "And I'm so glad I hired you now because you're bringing stuff to it that's not there."
Sure.
And I was like,
yeah.
There you go.
Boom. Boom.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Because you see, when I did it, I was too funny. I thought, right, I've got to be funnier than Will Smith. So I was cracking all these jokes. And then they said, right, get in that car and drive 200 yards. But I must have driven 300-400 yards. They said, no, that's too far. You've not got the part. I'm only kidding, right? I'm only joking, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, on that note, Mark, I want you to take us back a little. I want you to take us back a little to when you first launched your acting career. What were the sequence of events? How did you get into acting?
Well, it goes all the way back to high school. I guess I can read really well. So my English proficiency exam put me in this English class at my high school that was kind of like the highest English class. And this teacher, Mrs. Schilling, English teacher, got me involved in speech and debate and put me in my first play, which was Bus Stop. I played the old man in Bus Stop. Oh. And because of my relationship with her, I ended up, eventually with a scholarship to the University of Southern California.
Yeah.
And for debate. And while I was there, I took a speech class for speaking and centering. And the instructor said, well, you can't pass this class unless you do 2 songs and 2 monologues. So I did 2 songs and 2 monologues. And then he talked me into auditioning for the Bachelor of Fine Arts acting program at USC. And it's a 4-year program. I was already a junior, but they put me in. And they put me in as a sophomore. And I started working professionally the same year. One of my debate coaches brought an agent to see me in a play, and she signed me the next day. And about a week or 2 later, sent me out on my first audition for Hill Street Blues, and that was my first professional TV job. But that same year, I started working professionally in theater at the Los Angeles Theater Center, and that was the beginning of it.
Wonderful.
I used to love Hill Street Blues.
Oh,
I
yeah.
used to love Hill Street Blues, man.
It changed the way we watch TV.
It did. It absolutely did.
All the cop shows are modeled after that.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I auditioned for Hill Street Blues. Do you know that?
Well, you get around.
I do. I'll tell you one part I did get, actually. One part I did get, it was a bit weird, was I doubled for Bernie Mac. This is before I had I doubled for Bernie Mac. They did a documentary about him on Stars TV.
Reels over here.
Reels, yeah, over in the US. And I doubled for him at the time. So that was exciting, to see how it all works. Yeah. So
yeah. Yeah, Bernie was a good dude, man.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of questions for you, Mark. I've got a lot of questions, and I'm going to jump into this one. Tell us about your faith. What does it mean to you?
Well, I think for me it means everything. I mean, I have to believe in something other than myself. You know what I mean? There was a time, when I was a kid, we would go to church because that's the way my mother raised us. You have to go. There was no sleeping in. Even if you went out last night and stayed out late, she got up at 6 a.m. with Shirley Caesar blasting on the radio. You were going, sleepy or not. And and then I got to college and I got away from it. It's like I was like, I'm grown. I ain't got to go to church if I don't want to go to church, and I didn't go. And something was missing in my life. And then so I reached back out because see, here's the thing that people don't understand, I think sometimes, is that is that God doesn't leave us, we veer away from him. God is steady. And so I found myself back, and I gotta believe, and he continuously shows me that he is God. If I look back on my comedy career, all the times when I was driving, putting 8,000 miles on a rental car out in the middle of nowhere, sleepy in the middle of the night driving, there's so many times I should have been dead and I wasn't. If I just think about, like, even during this pandemic when all of my work shut down, yet I don't need anything. It's just God going, look, I got you. And, it's just an incredible opportunity for him to show me that he is God, and I got to believe in that. And that's where I am.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh yeah, he's faithful, and he keeps showing up in
and
all
showing out
and showing out.
So do you, Mark? Do you feel his presence when you're doing comedy on stage to a tough audience?
It's funny. I always expect to be funny. I don't feel like there's a such thing as a tough audience. It's like you just haven't gotten them yet. You know what I mean? So the way I approach it is, before I go on, I pray and I look at my outline, the jokes that I want to do that night. And I usually don't watch any of the other comics until the one right before me. And then I go on, and my attitude is that the person that went right before me, if they bomb, then the audience can't wait to see me. Or if they destroy the room, I'm just going to ride the wave.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're your warm-up.
Exactly. And so I expect to be funny. Even in rooms that have been tough rooms, eventually I got you.
Yes.
That's an excellent outlook. I mean, you're the same as me. If I'm doing a show, I never, just because the first act doesn't go down well, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to go down well,
Right.
And so I don't even take that on board. I get in early, have a look at the room, have a little look at the parameters of the room, and then just let them do their bit, and then stay in my lane, stay focused,
Right.
And if someone does go on and storms it, burst the room apart, they're just my warm-up, man. The crowd hasn't seen me yet. No problem.
Right. Wait till they get a load of me.
Absolutely. We've got a video piece of you doing stand-up. We'll show that quickly now, right? And I love one of the jokes in this. I was on the floor when I saw it. We'll quickly show a clip.
Oh, good.
Okay. All right, here we go.
The next dude I'm about to bring, he has a television career for real. If you ever watched the show Chuck that was on NBC, he was on there every week for every season that was on there. He's on a new show on PureFlix called Malibu Dan. He also has his own talk show coming on PureFlix called Pure Comedy. I call him MCL. Come on out here, Mark Christopher Lawrence. Yeah, Mark. Yep, man.
What a fellowship, what a joy divine, leaning on the everlasting arms. I'm leaning, said I'm leaning, leaning on the everlasting arms. couldn't come all the way to Nashville and not sing a song. I had to say something. Plus, I missed church today. I was flying today to get here, and I don't like missing church. I like going to church every Sunday. I like sitting in the same section at my church, because there's a guy in my section who sings every song wrong. Oh, maize and grapes. Bro, the words is on the screen right there. They're right there. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be back in Nashville. I was just here a few months ago. I'm glad to be back. I love the South. I love the way the people are so nice here. I was in Missouri, and Missouri is pawning themselves off as being Midwest. It's the South. They had me fooled, though. They flew me into Kansas City. Kansas City is a metropolis. Lots of nightlife, arts and culture, great restaurants, a lot of fine people, just like we have here in Nashville. But they picked me up at the airport and drove me 2.5 hours into the woods. There was black people there, didn't even know they were free. I said, this is the South right here. Don't you tell no jokes about massa. Come on out of there, Kunta. You're free.
Oh, when I saw that clip, I was on the floor because the singing the songs wrong. I used to do that. I didn't have my glasses and I couldn't see the screen. You see? So I just made up the words. I thought, that's me.
Hilarious. And that's a true story.
Brilliant.
There was also a lady in my section that sang. She was an opera singer. And so no matter what the song was, she was singing it operatic style. I would just be tickled every Sunday morning. Wow.
So could you always sing? Because I was impressed coming on, and I thought, yeah, the guy's got some lungs, man. He's got some lungs.
It took a while for me to get comfortable with singing. I sang in choir in church, in youth choir, and then I had to sing in the theater program at USC, and then I did a couple of plays that had music. But then I auditioned for a national touring play, and I was standing in the hallway before it was my turn to go in, and I could hear this guy singing inside the room. And I said, what am I doing here? Because this dude's voice was like angels had opened up the heavens and started singing for him. I was like, wow. I left the audition, didn't even audition, and didn't do another play with music until 18 years later. But by then, it's like I had sort of found my voice and found myself and was comfortable with it. But it's one of those things where you see somebody. I tell people I'm an actor who sings as opposed to a singer who acts. Because when I sing, it's good, it's not bad. But when you hear like a singer, then it's like, oh, that's the way that's supposed to go. Yeah.
Well, as we said earlier, you're a man of many talents.
Yeah.
You're a man of many talents, and just some of the movies that you've been in: Judgment Day, Terminator 2, Big Mike on Chuck on NBC. Tell us about Chuck and just about how that came about, and what are you working on now? Are you working on anything?
Well, I just finished working on Tyler Perry Studios, working on a project there that I don't think I'm allowed to talk about yet. It's a new show.
Come on. Just some headlines, man. TP.
Well, Tyler's not in it. He didn't direct it, and he was an executive producer on it, but he was directing another show while we were shooting this show. And so we were in the Tyler Perry Studios bubble the whole time.
Nice.
And they said, take a lot of pictures, but don't post anything until we tell you, and we'll tell you when you can start talking about it.
Uh-huh.
But it's going to be a very interesting ride.
Oh,
and it's a drama, which is usually out of the norm for me. But I actually think I'm a better dramatic actor than I am a comedic actor, because drama it comes a little harder. I work harder at it because the comedy just sort of flies out of me. So it was really refreshing to be able to do a part and to have a producer see me in that way. You know, because years ago, the very first agent I had, they saw me doing a classical play at the Los Angeles Theater Center, and they signed me because of that. And then once they saw me do stand up, they never sent me out for drama again. And so like the very early years of my career in TV and film, it's all comedy.
Wow.
So it's really nice that this thing came along, because now I think it'll open up other doors.
Yeah, you're versatile, Mark. You know, I saw a couple of things. I saw something called Stacks, and you were pretty serious on that, and it had me. It had me for a moment. I didn't know what it was about until we got to the end. But you also won an award, and you produce, direct, you sing, among any things, and you won a Dreamland XR Award for Best Director, and you received an Emmy nomination for your comedy special MCL from the Madhouse Comedy Club. Well, congrats on that, Mark.
Yeah, it was at the time the very first VR comedy special. Really, I don't know why I got the award for Best Director, but I take my hat off to Jonathan Winbush and Hugh Howe, who were my camera guys on it, and it was their idea to shoot it. Jonathan called me up and said, "Hey, you want to shoot your stand up in VR?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And so we contacted the Madhouse, and they gave me some time, and we, shot with the audience. And when you watch it, even on your phone, you can tilt it and look all around the club, with just as if you had a VR headset. It's really pretty cool. But I think since then, I think DL has done one, and I don't know if anybody else has, but I'm working now with Jonathan. We just had a conversation a couple of nights ago. There's a pilot that I wanted to get done, and just haven't really found the place to do it yet. And then so Jonathan said, "Hey, we should shoot it VR." I was like, all right, well, let's look at it and see. And so Hugh brought a producer in, and she's reading it right now. So hopefully we'll be doing that real soon. Nice, awesome. Virtual reality. Yeah, it's an interesting concept. It's interesting as to watch something and feel like you're in it. Yes. Yeah. Well, we've been using virtual reality with an organization that I worked with, and we show countries across the world, and it feels like you're actually in that country, walking those roads, on that mountain. It's awesome. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and I think during the pandemic, it's most of my act comes right out of my life. So during the pandemic, I haven't been really writing comedy because I don't know how many jokes I could tell about sleeping all day. Cat comes in and go, "Hey, what? Are you a cat? Why?"
But talking about the pandemic being in all day, I understand you're pretty handy in the kitchen. You're a pretty good cook. Oh,
and that's what the problem is. If I was a terrible cook, I could probably lose some weight. Yeah. My mother's from Louisiana, so I grew up, watching her, and it's good, and I can go to a restaurant, eat something, and figure it out. Like the first time I realized that I could do that, I went with my good friend Tommy Ford to Kate Manalini's in Beverly Hills, and I had a bowl of chili. It was white chili. Had never had it before, had never even heard of it before. Sat down, ate it, loved it. It was $18 a bowl. I was like, whoa! I was like, I can make this. And I went home and bought a bunch of ingredients that I thought were in it and put it together. I spent $14 and had a bottle of wine as well, and a big old pot of white chili, and it was just as good as Kate Manalini's, if not better.
Absolutely, absolutely. My goodness.
Of course, the wine was $2 Chuck from Trader Joe's.
But it still tastes as good with the food, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'm an omelette lover. I do like to make an omelette in the morning when I get up. Yeah, are you okay? So talk me through your omelette, right? Talk me through your omelette.
I'm more of a scramble guy because for years I was afraid to do the flip. Yeah, and I was like, because I know me, if I drop it, I'm still gonna eat it.
30-second rule.
And I was watching a doctor one time on the Today Show. She says there is no 30-second rule, 5-second rule, any kind of rule. Once it hits the floor, the bacteria is in there. I'm like, well, if it hits the floor and I got all this stuff in it, it's got to be eaten. And now it's become a scramble.
Yeah, no, that's good. No. My favorite is scrambled eggs on toast. However, I do like an omelette, and I just pack it with whatever I have in the fridge, you know, which is just, you know, usually ham and cheese. That's about it.
That's kind of like spaghetti. You know, when I was a kid. The neighbors across the street, they would have spaghetti. It's like basically they make the sauce, cook the spaghetti, put it in the sauce, and then start putting stuff that was left over in the fridge into the spaghetti. Get those 3 or 4 lima beans over there, throw those in there. Get that piece of chicken, chop that up, put that in there. Hey, there's a winnie or 2 in there, chop those up, put it in. It's like if you never had spaghetti, you wasn't really poor. You guys are just having a rough time. But my mother wasn't having it. My mother was like, we having spaghetti and meat sauce. If you want spaghetti, go across the street to Martha's.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Oh boy. Well,
versatility. Before you go on, Miles, talking about your versatility, we're going to show a clip of you in Chuck. I love Chuck. It's on NBC, and your character is Big Mike. So we're going to see just a piece of you in Chuck. This is your versatility.
You finished, Bartowski?
Mission accomplished.
Whoa, 2 days is meant as an incentive. I didn't think you'd really do it. I'm impressed, and I'm not a man easily impressed.
Well, I think you should know that I only fixed the last few. My team did most of the work. They deserve the credit. And you're only as good as your team, so.
First rule of management, always take credit. But we can sell all this crap.
Sir, there's been a major infraction in drinking alcoholic beverages on the property.
Nothing wrong with a man wetting his whistle every once in a while. Keep it out of the store, Batowski.
Yeah, absolutely, sir.
You get extra points for style. Looking sharp.
I love that. I love that. There's some really
good old first season.
Oh, I was watching the one where they took your shark off the wall, and it just
it was so eerie working with nothing in the buy more. It's like I just felt like, wow, are we getting canceled when I walked into work? And then because I hadn't read the script when I got there, and then I went to my dressing room, just like flew through my stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was the last episode of the season. So I was thinking, man, are we not coming back? 5 seasons later.
Yeah. You know, it's nice. It's nice when you do work on a season like that, because you get to know the people. People don't realize half the people you work with on screen, sometimes you don't even know them. You don't even know them, you know? And so, but you have to create a visual that you do. And that's where your acting skills come in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, with a play, you have a longer period of time to get to know people, and you develop really solid friendships kind of when you're doing a play, because you'll have like a rehearsal period and then the run, and, you know, you go through a bunch of ups and downs through all that. And with TV and film, it's like, you know, it's a short window of time that you're working with people. Like on Chuck, some of the people, I only worked with twice because we never had scenes together.
Oh wow.
And there were 2 episodes that we were all in, and so some of them, we never really got to connect.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that. I'm just thinking you're all seeing each other. You're all doing your thing every week, and wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. Chuck shot like a movie because it was single camera comedy, so the scheduling was just like as if you were in a movie. Whereas sitcom, everybody is there every day, and like on Chuck, I mean, I had some days where it took me longer to get to work from San Diego than it took me to shoot and be done.
Wow. So, what about? Tell us about some of your plane rides, because you have some sleeping straight on those trips. There's what is that about?
I have to give the credit where credit is due. Dustin Nickerson, who is a good friend of mine, he's also a comic, very funny young man. He was the first person I saw do that, and then I did it, and it was so much fun. I couldn't stop. I was addicted to it. and so, like in the early days of me shooting those, I would always tag him, because it was his thing.
Yeah.
And but every time I fly, I can't help it. I can't help it.
I know the feeling. I had somebody sleep on my shoulder once. Sleep on my shoulder.
Yeah, I've been there.
He was.
I'll give you a good nudge too. Hey. Better put a ring on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. When I saw that, I was on the floor, because usually, you just have a little look and you go, oh, look, he's sleeping, or God, the snoring or something like that. But no, boom, camera out. This is in my next piece,
Yeah.
I was on the train one time, because sometimes I take the train from San Diego to LA, and I was exhausted. I was coming back from work on Chuck, and it was the last train that night. And I'm sitting in the business class, and the lights are low, and I get on, and immediately I'm out. And all of a sudden I'm hearing this snoring. I'm like, man, somebody is snoring. And then I felt somebody staring at me. I looked, and the conductor's like looking at me and cracking up. It was me. I was hearing myself snore. He said, I can hear you from the next car.
Oh, that's just funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh boy.
I'm glad nobody whipped out a camera and took that picture.
Whilst we're all laughing and having a jolly time as friends, some Mark. I like to just have a little session, right, where I ask you just a few questions, right? Quick fire questions, all right? And just want you to answer them honestly. That's all. Yeah.
Okay.
But in this quick fire session, we'll definitely learn a lot more about you.
Okay? All right.
Right, just some quick fire questions and see where it takes us. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we'll just start nice and easy. So, Mark Christopher Lawrence. Right. Shirt tucked in or out?
Out, unless they force me to tuck.
Unless they force you to do the tuck. Okay.
Yeah, like really the only time I tuck is when I'm wearing a suit.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, it's fair enough. Yeah, you could get away with a shorter shirt below the jacket, you know?
Yeah. Something to think about.
Okay, another one. Live or recorded?
Live. Because I love, getting that immediate feedback. It's like when you're working, it's like something about the audience's energy that really energizes me. And with film and TV, I mean, you don't have that opportunity. For example, on the Will Smith thing, when he comes to get his $14, my best take was the second take. His best take was fourth or fifth take. They used his.
All right.
When it's live, I got control over what I'm doing.
Sure.
Whether it's a play or if it's comedy, if something doesn't go right tonight, tomorrow I can fix it.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah, live. And then you get the rush as well, because all the preparation you put into it, the imagination and stuff like that, you get your material and you go boom. And then that's the reaction I wanted to that. Yes.
And you affect people immediately. People come up to you after the show and tell you, wow, I was laughing so hard, and they're telling you jokes from your act. It's like, I know that joke. I wrote it. Same thing with plays. It's like I did a Raisin in the Sun, and this lady came up to me after this matinee, and she was bawling, and she said, "We just didn't get it right, did we?" And I was like, "Ooh, somebody's feeling a little bit of guilt." but you affect people immediately, and so live every time.
Boom. No, I totally agree. Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. I like the money from recorded.
Yeah. It's a bit more than live. Isn't it? Shoes or sneakers?
That's a tough one. I mostly go sneakers, but I got a lot of great shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I like exotic skins, and so I'm gonna say shoes.
Shoes. Okay. All right. So done a bit of research, all right? And this will be an interesting answer. Right? Baseball cap or Stetson?
I love a good Stetson. I love the open crowns. My everyday go-to is a baseball cap, but if I'm going on stage, I'll bust out a Stetson every time.
Okay.
In fact, my iPad is sitting on top of one right now.
Oh.
On top of a box. And the hat is in there.
Oh, is it? Come on, show us the hat. You got to show us the hat now. Come on, show us the hat. We don't mind, little. Go on.
Oh,
yeah. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Long fur alpha from Bellissimo hats.
Bellissimo?
Bellissimo, yeah.
Bellissimo. Okay, that's
Bellissimo. So well,
they're in New York.
And they make them they're bespoke hats, right? They make them for you.
Yeah, they're custom.
Custom.
Yeah.
That's the word. Custom. Lovely.
Yeah.
Bellissimo.
Yeah, I can see the careful way you pack that back in the box there, Mark.
Well, the cat came up just now. He might start scratching it if I said that.
Oh, that's good, man. We're learning a lot about you, man. Okay, here we go. It's another one, okay? Michael Jackson or Bob Marley?
Mm, mm,
Bob.
mm.
Bob.
Yeah.
Bob, yeah?
Bob. Don't get me wrong. I met Michael Jackson twice, and just a lovely man, and crazy talented, and really one of the only people in the world who I've seen make people pass out when they see him.
Yeah.
That's love right there. You know
Yes.
what I mean? I've never been loved. Nobody has ever passed out for me. My mother has never passed out when I come over to the house. She says she loves me. Not once have I seen her take a tumble. Michael Jackson, people are staying in line all night to buy tickets and wait for him to be right down front row, spend thousands of dollars to be front row. Michael comes up in a silhouette in a cloud of smoke, and they pass out. That's love. That's love. I've never been loved.
Oh.
Maybe that's your new entrance on the stage, trying the cloud silhouette thing. Yeah.
We need more smoke.
Is the smoke on yet? Is it on yet?
I don't see anybody passing out. That's my new album. Where's the love, people?
Yes. Where's the love?
Yeah, we can give you the copyright for that, by the way, if you ever go. Anyway, so went into business mode then. Okay, here we go. So skiing on the Alps or sun, sea, and sand?
Sun, sea, and sand.
Yeah.
I used to say I'd rather be cold than hot because you can keep putting stuff on when you're cold.
That's true.
But there's only so much clothes they let you take off when it's hot. And then I went to Winnipeg, and it was 14 below.
Oh.
I got out of the car and my pants froze.
Woo.
And then I realized what cold is. And the people in Winnipeg said, this is warm for us.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no.
14 below. They said, we're normally 40 or 50 below. And I'm like, okay, so somebody at some point was trudging across this vast frozen tundra and said, this is the spot. We're going to make this home. What? When warm is 14 below, how do you make this home?
Yeah, no.
You running from the police. That's what it is.
Beach and sun. I have a couple for you.
Okay. Carol.
So
sneaky.
Hotel or Airbnb?
Ooh.
How long am I staying?
Yeah. 2 nights.
Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
4-star or better.
Yep. Okay. Watching a movie or listening to music?
Ooh.
Movie. Yeah.
All right. I got one more. Twitter or Instagram?
See, I got my start in Twitter, so most of my followers are in Twitter. So I'm going to go with Twitter, but I really enjoy Instagram. I like watching people's shenanigans over there more than Twitter. The Twitter shenanigans tend to be all political.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to say Twitter because that's where most of my fans are. Yeah.
So last one. Okay. Male lead or female lead?
Am I acting?
Are you thinking of co-lead?
That's a good answer, actually. Is it me? You're talking, what do you mean?
Co-lead?
So watching, if you are watching something.
Oh.
Oh, if I'm watching, I'm gonna go male because I like action films and they tend to be mostly male.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I'll watch the occasional, quills, if you will, but and I like that kind of stuff. But I don't want a steady diet of it.
Right.
No, me too. I mean, I enjoy Wonder Woman. Right?
Oh, you're the one.
I liked it so much, I bought the company, But male lead, action. I'm action all over, Same as you. Yeah, all good.
Well, thanks for answering those. It's good to know a little bit more about your interests like that. So I have a question for you, Mark. What would you say to young people today who aspire to be an actor or comedian like yourself? What bit of advice would you give them? What would you say?
I would say stop aspiring and start doing. Do the things that you need to do to do it. Get you some training.
Absolutely, it's good. Yeah.
If you're trying to be a comic, start writing. Maybe read a book about writing comedy and learn some techniques.
Yeah.
If you have an opportunity to take a class with somebody, do that. If you're trying to be an actor, get you some training because people think they see it and it looks so effortlessly when they watch it.
Yeah.
But they don't know all the other steps that came to get to that point. Right. So get some training. And I tell people all the time, it's like, when I teach sometimes. And when I teach, I tell them, I said, look, if you're not trained, if you're not ready, and you walk in the room and we're reading for the same part and you see me sitting there, you're not going to get a job.
Right.
Because I'm ready. So get you some training. So
where do you teach? Where are your classes? Where can people find your classes?
It's usually they can hit me up on my website if we can do Zoom, or I've been teaching a lot on Zoom lately, acting and Shakespeare and comedy. So probably the best way to reach me is just go to my website and send me an email.
And that's Mark
ChristopherLawrence.com. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So with your, I mean, you basically touched on what I was going to ask next. With your social media, we'd love for people to connect with you and find out more about you. And it's just to go through your contacts of the social media that you'd like them to have and contact you on.
Probably the easiest thing to do would just go to my website and scroll down. And it's all on there, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram. It's all on there. You just click, and you're right to where I am. IMDb.
Yeah, we're looking at that right now. Yeah, excellent. Yeah. Okay.
There's
see all the little.
Oh yeah, at the bottom there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And there they are. There, we'll put them in the chat as well.
Cool.
There's all your
Facebook. And Cameo. Cameo's not on there. I got to get Cameo on.
Right. And that's what I was just going to ask you about. Tell us about Cameo. What are you doing for people on Cameo?
Pretty close to whatever they're asking me to do. It's like usually it's birthdays and words of encouragement and I even said, if you need me to fire somebody for you, go ahead. I'll put on the Big Mike shirt.
Big Mike. So if somebody wants a personal message from you, they can go to Cameo. We've got it up on the screen and we're going to put it in the chat. And they can get a personal message from you for whatever they need it for, friends, whether it's a new job, whether it's a birthday, whether they need you to find someone.
Give me as much information as you need me to have. and I'll create a personal message.
Wonderful. I know definitely I've got one request for you. So I'll go to Cameo. I'll go to Cameo and request it. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And I've watched a couple of them. They're really nice. I mean, it's you personally, you know, you're talking to that person.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Brilliant idea.
You know, there was one where it was a surprise for this young lady. It was her birthday, and her mother and father sent the request, and I did it for them. Yeah. And then they went to the website and sent me a link of a video that they made of her watching it, so that she's sitting there watching it, and then I pop on their TV screen, and I'm doing the thing, and she is freaking out and crying, and her friend starts talking. She puts her hand over her friend's mouth. It was so funny. I was like, wow. It was so cute. It made me feel really good. And so and after that one, I really started paying great detail to what they were asking me to do, and then try to give them a little bit more.
Nice. That's nice. Yeah. Personal. Well, people
That's
can
a lovely
connect
touch.
with you. They can connect with you on your website, markchristopherlawrence.com. And then if you need a special touch, a special personalized touch, then go by Cameo. The URL's in the chat. Just go by, click on it, and put your request in. And Mark will be glad to speak to your loved one, or your coworker, or your boss, or your child. This will be nice for the kids that are at home, sheltering in place, you know, for them to get their homework done, and encouraging them while they're homeschooling. So yeah, go by. Let's support. Let's show our support.
Of course, the kids are going to be going, who was that?
And then you get the video out and you show them the video. You show the Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. You know, you show them the video and you teach them. This is a teaching moment.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I know we haven't got long, but you know, I just, you know, watching the comedy video is brilliant, and you know, I love it when you came on singing and just relaxes everyone, gets you into the joke nicely and everything like that. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if Mark just sung his favorite song on the Zoom for us?
Of course you would ask me after I'm not even warmed up.
Bit of your favorite song for all of those people watching on the Zoom. Inspirational. It's lovely stuff coming from you, Mark.
What is my favorite song? That's the question.
Oh,
that's what is my favorite song?
A song that comes to mind.
I may have a note of it in here. Let's see.
Okay. There was. I was just looking through the chat just to see if there was any questions there.
No, we don't. No questions in the chat.
Okay. All right. Oh no, yeah. Someone said their question had already been answered. Right, no problem. Found the song. See, I've got a go-to song that I sing.
Yeah, what's your go-to?
I can sing the first couple lines, right, and people think, oh, he can sing. But after that, it kind of goes downhill, you know. So I got sunshine on a cloudy day. Hey, over to you now, Mark.
There's a lot of songs that I like, but lately I've been listening to a lot of Sam Cooke, and I think my favorite, or becoming my favorite Sam Cooke song is it goes like this: lights turn way down low, music soft and slow. with someone you love so. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. That's the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark.
And it was his birthday. His birthday was last week.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Oh, we lost Cicely Tyson yesterday. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. She was,
yeah, so sad. I mean, she had a great career. I remember, as a kid watching her in Miss Jane Pittman.
Mm-hmm.
As Miss Jane Pittman, and it blew me away as a kid. And every time that I've seen her, and I probably run into her about 6 or 7 times, and I see her and I just smile, and she like looks at me like, why is he smiling like that? But it's like I always see her as Miss Jane Pittman, but she was so lovely. It's like without all that makeup and stuff, she's just a beautiful, beautiful woman and a beautiful person.
Yeah.
And really a brilliant actor, just brilliant. It's great to have had that sort of talent shared with the world. Just brilliant actor. And she was married to Miles Davis for a while too.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, for like 7 years, I think. But he was probably playing his trumpet with his back to her.
She was a classic, beautiful inside and out, lovely lady.
Oh yeah,
will be missed. But she had a good innings. She was in her 90s.
Oh yeah,
that's
wow. 96, I think she was.
Wow.
She didn't look it. She didn't look 96.
No, not at all.
No, she didn't.
Beautiful.
I don't look 75.
Funny. That's funny. Mark, it's just been so great talking to you today. And listen, if you come to the UK, I want to host you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Miles, let's create a thing for us to do in the UK.
Yes.
That would be
How about
easy.
that?
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay. You heard it here first.
When the world opens back up, let's create something. Let's produce a show.
We guarantee that.
That's
exactly what my domain is over here, Mark. In the UK, and that's basically what CNN Media do. We're a media organization, and I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
We are going to make it happen. We might as well start planning it now.
Okay.
And
we got plenty of time.
Yeah. Brilliant.
We look forward to
Absolutely
that.
awesome.
We'll connect with you afterwards, and we'll get some conversations going and see what we can create. That would be
absolutely
great.
And I know a lovely bed and breakfast, 2-star bed and breakfast that we'd love to put you up for.
I've been known to show up at a hotel and book myself somewhere else. I've done that at least 3 times.
Listen, in London, we know how to take care of you.
We do. That's so funny. That is so funny.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for all those that logged into the Zoom, and for all those that are watching around the world. Connect with Mark Christopher Lawrence. He's a lovely guy. Lovely. Go to his website, markchristopherlawrence.com. Go to Cameo, check him out, send him a message, and interact with him and support. That's what this is about, supporting each other. Watch his movies, buy his movies, watch his comedy, buy his comedy. Let's show our support. Okay?
Yeah, check out the Dry Bar. That'll be a good one. Check
Tell us
the
about
Dry Bar
the
comedy.
Dry Bar, Mark. Tell us about the Dry Bar.
The Dry Bar comedy special, it's called Mark Christopher Lawrence, Clean Out of Compton. So it's family friendly and it's very funny. Oh, there it is.
Dry Bar comedy. Mark Christopher Lawrence. Yeah. Clean Out of Compton. can you put the URL in the chat, please, Miss A? And so we've got URLs in the chat. Just click on them. Check it out. Check out the sites and check out
Cool beans.
Bar. Cool beans. Cool beans. Well, on that note, we are going to bid you farewell, and we will talk.
Thank you.
And thank you so much.
It's been
Thank you for having me. It's really great to see y'all.
Pleasure. It's been an absolute
Hey, Miles,
pleasure.
stay in touch, man.
I will. And you know, I cannot wait to meet you in person, Mark. I cannot wait. And I will definitely
I can tell you keep me in trouble. Yeah, let's do something. Let's do something.
Brilliant. I'll tell you, the next thing we're going to do is a live, if we can work it out, because I do a radio show on a station over here called London Soul Radio, the Soul of London.
Okay.
I'd like to do a live chat with you on air. Yeah.
Let's.
So maybe we can do that next.
Yeah. Let me know when.
Yeah. Next week. We'll see if we can sort it out time-wise. Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Don't go changing. You know, you're such a wonderful person, Mark.
Yes.
Love to meet you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much.
Take care, and God bless you. And we will be in touch and talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you. God bless you.
You.
Take care, Mark.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye now.